Good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie here. Happy Monday again. I just love the beginning of the week when I get a chance to check in with all of you and found out uh, how everybody's doing and let you know what's up with me. Uh, One of the things that I do that you may not know is before I talk with you, I always go onto our Facebook group and I check the postings that have been made overnight. I'm in there pretty much every day just because I get inspiration and encouragement from you and want to be sure that I do my part as well and try to share a message that's a little inspiring and encouraging to you as well, or at least thought provoking, if nothing else. And this morning was no exception. As usual, what I found were so many positive messages from people, encouraging people to make a fresh start, to look on the bright side of life, uh, to process the negativity in their life and not let it deter or detract them from what they're wanting to accomplish, to be kind to each other, to be empathetic, to be supportive, to be understanding. Those messages to me are always uplifting, and they let me know that there are many people in this world that make it a kinder, gentle place in which I may live and enjoy my time here with everyone. Um, I also found a lot of creative food ideas from different people. I love all of the fruit and vegetable art that is so prevalent this time of the year. It's just beautiful. I don't have that type of artistic ability, it seems. Um, I'm doing good to get it cut and put on the tray, let arrange it so it makes pictures. And I admire so much those of you who can do that. Um, it makes it look so appealing and appetizing. And that's always fun. And then some of you have shared some recipes and what you're doing in this hot weather to make sure that you're eating well, but aren't overwhelmed by the heat. That's always fun. There were exercise reports from different people doing a whole array of different activities. Walking still seems to be the primary one most of us engage in. However, there were some that were going swimming, some that had found hiking was working for them and were enjoying that. As they were taking vacation, they were finding different ways that they could move more. Playing in the ocean was one that I noticed that seemed like a lot of fun. I can still remember my days as a little child at the beach. I could not wait to get into the waves. And ever since then, I have been attracted by the ocean. And one of the highlights of my trip to see my brother every year is to spend time in the ocean because he does not live too far from the Atlantic. Um, Here in the area I live, we swim in freshwater, usually in lakes and in rivers. And that's a lot of fun too. But there's something about the ocean and the power of the waves that's just inspiring. Um, a lot of you reported on personal progress this week, and that's always encouraging. I have been sort of tracking one of our members' posts that is involved in the octopus contest and named her Octopus Sam. You may have seen her post. Sam is doing pretty good following the loss of one leg. He rebounded significantly and is back on track. And that seems to have been an impetus for her to focus more intently on reachieving her COP status, uh, which is really encouraging. We never know what little thing it is going to be that might help us the most. And sometimes it's something we would never imagine. Uh, would be the key we were looking for to get us restarted again. Just because you don't seem to have the right key doesn't mean that you have to quit looking. You might find it if you're like me. I have a lost key drawer. I know somewhere there's a lock that I had once that all those keys fit. I just don't always know which lock it might be and what might happen when I open that door. Sometimes it's fun to be surprised in the discovery. Uh, the other thing that I noticed when I was scrolling through real quickly was there are a lot of contests that are going on right now, and people are sharing ideas on those and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Uh, and also, I noticed that there were some humorous things also posted, and humor is very subjective. Some people find certain things funny, other people's don't. And if it's not something that I really understand or get a chuckle out of, I just move on because I know the next one probably is going to fit me. And I'll get a smile as I read it, but the point is everybody is doing their best in a positive way to help and encourage each other. One of the things, I guess that really is surprising to me, and humor is a good way to introduce the topic because it is so subjective to people, is different people take different things differently. It might strike you as funny, it might strike the next person as very insulting. Same thing's true when it comes to messages we put in here. One of the biggest drawbacks we have, I think, in engaging in this type of support is that we can't always hear and see each other. All we can do is read what's typed. Well, sometimes you really need to look at the other person face to face, watch body language, watch facial expression, and make certain that we really are understanding each other, because words alone can sometimes sound cold and harsh and be misleading, or be even misrepresenting what the person is really trying to convey. And every once in a while, I will notice that people take issue with each other about things. And a lot of times it seems to me that it may not have been what the messenger intended that you took away from the message. There's an old line that says, I remember, that says, "Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering the message." Well, if you're not sure you understand even what the message is, it's sometimes really difficult to get past it. Another thing is sometimes certain things just hurt our feelings for no particular reason. It was not intended. It was just that's how we took it. And each of us owns our feelings, and our feelings are always sort of a representation of where we are in our own mind at that particular period of time. We may react in a different way on a different day just because our state of mind is different. And I think that has to be taken into account sometimes too, when we're trying to help and support each other. As long as we do things with a kind and gentle heart, I think we will continue, as we have for these many years, to be a wonderful support group in empowering each other in our journeys every day. You all make me so proud every single day in your willingness to share with each other your personal journeys, your personal struggles, your encouragement, and your support. And it is that we need to look toward doing every day. Some of you have been sharing how your chapter is progressing by posting no gain meetings and such. And that is certainly quite an accomplishment. Any progress is worthy of applause. Any moving forward in our journey is worthy of praise and encouragement as we move along. Who knows what is going to work most for each of us? One thing that I have learned in this journey is the path is not a straight line. The path has many twists and turns. It has uphill moments. It has downhill moments. It has detours. It has obstacles. It has roadblocks that have to be negotiated and worked around. But progress is always possible if we keep on trying options. And there's so many options that you all share every day that if we may be stuck or can't find the right key to open the door in that particular moment, you give us another choice, something that we may not have thought of or had done a long time ago and had cast it aside for whatever reason and might today be wanting to revisit it, and it had just fallen from top of mind. And your jogging reminded us of a tool we may have had that worked well for us at one time that we can reintroduce in our journey. This time of the year, when it is getting in my area very hot and very humid, because humidity is one of the things in the mountains that we often deal with. We don't get near the hot temperatures as the Southwest does, goodness no, but we do get very high humidity with our higher temperatures, which can be really almost smothering when you go outside. We need to find different ways to exercise, because being outside in that type of heat, I don't last long. I wilt. I just lose all energy. It's like the heat sucks it out of my body. So I try to find ways. I've become quite a store walker, simply because they're air conditioned. There's a lot of open space and I can walk around and keep up a pretty decent pace, even if it's out in the mall area, not in the store itself. But even going up and down the aisles in the store, I had the opportunity of moving and keeping myself more active in a more protected environment than being out in the elements at that particular moment in time. One of the things that I was interested in this week was the reintroduction of some of the very old top songs. And one of them that everybody was discussing was the one about pizza. And there are actually two versions of that song that have been published by Tops when we have done songbooks. And we did quit printing songbooks just because of the high cost from the music industry on doing song parodies. You have to pay for rights for those types of things, and each song, you have to evaluate on its own. And we just felt that it was too costly to be able to do that and then be able to make it available to you all at a price that we could afford. Excuse me in a minute. I've got a frog in my throat. Oh, excuse me. That was nasty. At any rate, everybody was talking about the very old version of that song as the one they were looking for. And it starts out with "No more eats-a little pizza." That's the line. And I got to thinking, well, no wonder we looked for a different version of that song, because one of the first things that we say in Tops is there is no food that is forbidden. As long as you account for it and work it into a healthy daily food plan, you can definitely eat it. May not eat as big a slice of it as you'd like, but you can fit it probably into your food plan on an occasional basis. And it went on through the pizza. Think of how we're going to screen. Well, Tops is not judgmental. You choose what you choose. We don't beat you up for the choice you make. If you feel it wasn't a good choice, then we'll help you find options, but we're not going to beat you up about it. And it goes on through, and that to me was really an illustration of how Tops continues to evolve and learn how to help each other more respectfully as we learn more about obesity and how to effectively manage treatment and find success in dealing with it. The newer version, if some of you might have that, you might want to share it as well in our group. Its opening line is, "You can eat a little pizza." Just a different attitude about food in general and how we look at it. You know, we say that we do not fat shame, but often we are guilty of it ourselves, even though we deal with the issue. And one of the people that we tend to fat shame the most is the person we see when we look in the mirror. We're so hard on that person. And, you know, this morning when I was having a conversation with myself while I was brushing my teeth, um, uh, you know, I said, "You know, Barb, I'm awful hard on you some days. You know, I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I've got Smurf hair. I don't know if you all ever have Smurf hair, but I do. And I'll look in the mirror and I'll say, 'Oh my Lord, girl, what happened to you last night?'" Uh, and I think all of us tend to beat up on ourselves. And, you know, fat shaming can be personal. It can be me on me. And that's something I need to reflect on this week. I need to make sure that I treat Barbara as kindly as I would want to think I treat each of you who are my friends in this group. So, with that in mind, I am just going to close and wish you a wonderful Monday. And I will say that I hope you will find every day an opportunity to be very nice to that person you see every time you look in the mirror, because that person is exceptional and deserves your best care. So you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.